Hey, what's up guys? If you're looking for a mid-ranger, there's no shortage of phones to choose from, so for you to grab one, it should really stand out. Here we have Samsung's Galaxy A6 Plus. What does it bring that makes it special? I'm Will for GSMARENA, and this is our Galaxy A6 Plus review. Like its smaller sibling, the A6, and last year's Samsung J7, the Galaxy A6 Plus is built from a solid aluminum unibody. The edges are rounded and comfortable to hold, and like other metal phones, it feels quite sturdy. There is no waterproofing though, unlike other Samsung A series offerings. The A6's display is a gorgeous 6-inch AMOLED with an 18.5:9 aspect ratio and 1080p resolution. Samsung calls it an infinity display, and although it isn't curved like the one you find on the Galaxy S9, it still looks great. A big step up from the 720p screen of the regular A6. Max brightness is quite good. It's 387 nits, and up to 568 nits in auto mode in bright conditions. Sunlight legibility is good too, better than the smaller A6 model. Another upgrade the Plus brings is the convenient always-on display, which is quite customizable. Moving over to the back, we see the stylized curved antenna bands borrowed from last year's J7. Below that is the dual camera setup, as well as the rear-mounted fingerprint reader. The reader is quite close to the main camera lens, so be careful not to accidentally smudge it with your finger. That said, the reader is always on and accurate to wake up the phone. You also have the option of Face Unlock, which works well. The A6 Plus has a twin nano SIM tray as well as a dedicated microSD slot, on top of the 32 or 64 gigs of internal storage. For connectivity, there's a micro USB port down at the bottom. We wish there was a more modern USB Type-C port instead. Also at the bottom is the 3.5mm jack for headphones. Sound through the headphones has average loudness and stereo separation could be better, but it should be good enough for most users. Plus, while they're plugged in, you have access to an FM radio. If you decide to share your music with the world, the A6 Plus's loudspeaker scores excellent loudness, and sound is clear and solid. It has an interesting placement too. It's on the side instead of bottom firing. The A6 Plus runs on a Snapdragon 450 chipset with either 3 or 4 gigs of RAM, and in benchmarks is quite similar to the Exynos 7870 inside of the smaller A6. Overall, it isn't spectacular. You can get better performance from pretty much any competitor in this price range, though in actual use, we didn't notice any heating or other issues. Power efficiency is pretty good on this phone though. With a 3500 mAh battery, the A6 Plus scored an excellent endurance rating of 106 hours in our proprietary tests, much higher than the A6. Awesome. It's too bad that with this big battery, the A6 Plus isn't very quick to charge. We got from 0 to 21% charge in half an hour, and charging to full took a little over 2.5 hours. The OS of the A6 Plus is Samsung Experience 9 over Android 8.0 Oreo. It's the same launcher you'd find on other recent Samsung phones, including the flagships. Swiping up opens the app drawer, and going left grants easy access to the digital assistant, Bixby. And you can customize your home screen through Samsung's theme store. Overall, it's just a standard Samsung UI. It's not a light skin, but it runs smoothly. The A6 Plus's dual camera setup consists of a 16-megapixel f1.7 main cam and a 5-megapixel secondary cam, which is only a depth sensor. The main camera is the same as that on the smaller A6. It uses phase detection autofocus and there is no OIS. There is a Pro mode, but there aren't too many options. You can change ISO, select exposure compensation, and choose from white balance presets, but that's pretty much it. In good light, the Galaxy A6 Plus shoots very nice photos, with good levels of detail, well-handled noise reduction, and laid-back processing. Dynamic range is limited though. White objects like the snail shell can easily get blown out. HDR can help you in these situations. Auto HDR doesn't always engage when you need it, so you may need to turn it on manually for a difficult scene. Even though you lose a little sharpness, detail preservation on highlights is much better here. At night, photos are a disappointment, just like on the Galaxy A6. They're generally soft and noisy with dull colors. Thanks to its dual cameras, the A6 has a portrait mode which defocuses the background behind your subject. Though you need to be quite close to take the shot, portraits come out nice, with decent subject separation and natural looking blur. The selfie cam is 24 megapixels in f1.9, different from the 16 megapixel one on the A6 model, plus it has a front-facing flash. In good light, the camera captures stunning detail and colors are great too. Dynamic range is limited though, and the A6 Plus is quick to go to HDR mode, which leads to softer images. Of course there's a selfie portrait mode too, which comes with just a dash of beautification. Again, Samsung has nailed the subject separation and the blur looks good. The A6 Plus is pretty bare bones when it comes to video recording. Resolution is capped at 1080p, there's no 60fps mode, and there's no electronic stabilization either, unlike the Moto G6. Oddly enough, the A6 Plus's videos are slightly less sharp than those on the A6, and have a more processed look with saturated colors. So the Galaxy A6 Plus. It comes with some good upgrades over the regular A6. A bigger, much better high-res screen, always-on display, and a rear camera with portrait mode. But probably the best feature of the A6 Plus is its battery life, better than most of the phones we've seen recently. Unfortunately, charging speed isn't as great. And of course there's the Snapdragon 450. It's outclassed by most of the competition when it comes to performance, and gives some serious limitations to the video recording capability of this phone. But still, for less than €300, the Galaxy A6 Plus is a solid mid-ranger. If you're looking for great battery life, sharp selfies, and an awesome screen, and you're not too concerned with video recording or gaming, this phone could be worth looking into. Thanks for watching, hit like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and you're always welcome to stop by GSMARENA.com for our full test findings. See ya!